Good morning, family. Welcome to the Afro Latina Show. I am your host, Alicia Anabel-Santos, La Diosa Dominicana, La Santera. Welcome to episode 166, Dealing with Judgmental People. You might be one of those judgmental people. I know that I am guilty of being a judgmental person. But today, judgment is the word that has been rising for me. And so I wanted to kind of meditate in real time on being judgmental, how we are judgmental with others, how we are judgmental with ourselves. And so I found this article on personaltao.com, and it's titled No Judgment, Releasing Judgment. Can enter one's life. Worse, once a person begins to judge their life, it forces them to push their judgments outward to judge other people's lives, to maintain the balance of their judicial system. Judgment forces everyone to have all the same answers to life. Once a person makes a judgment, they very rarely take it back, and then often only under great pressure and conflict. So let's unpack that. I really appreciate the sentence. Once a person begins to judge their life, it forces them to push their judgments outwards. So I want to note that because that's definitely something that I want to think about. So how have we judged ourselves? She wasn't doing with her money what I thought she should be doing with her money. She's Jenny from the block, but how is she giving back to her block? I used to be so envious. That's what the judgment really was. That's what was at the root of the judgment. That I was sitting here saying, if I was J-Lo, I would do such and such thing. First of all, there is only one J-Lo. Let's start from that place. And what she chooses to do with her money is her business. And so I had to process what was at the root of that judgment, of me being so judgmental and critical of her for doing things that only I could dream of doing, which at that point in my life was chasing my dream. And so let's sit with that, because it took me a long time to kind of own that and turn my judgment around more to admiration toward J-Lo. People can say what they want about J-Lo, but a businesswoman she is, a strong woman she is, and a woman who completes things she is. And so there's a lot that can be learned from how she's gone about getting the things that she wants and deserves. So judgmental individuals very rarely have inner peace, since judgment produces a busy schedule trying to force placation of the outside world to personal measurements. Did I just talk about that? How I was measuring myself? The process of pushing one's truth and beliefs onto others is the attempt to maintain personal balance. A judgmental person must always defend oneself against outside changes. Many judgmental individuals are too busy attacking others even to notice they lack inner peace until they slow down. Ouch. Because of this, they rarely slow down. They continuously work to ignore the many problems of their lifestyle. So how does one live without judgment? One truth is, opinions are not judgments. It's okay to have an opinion. Opinions by nature do change. Opinions are your personal feelings on an issue or situation at any given moment. As we age, a person discovers more information which will be used to shift your opinion to include new facts. I'm going to move on. The next thing it says, in a judgmental culture, opinionated people are viewed upon as the troublemakers. Personal opinions are also the seeds for revolution. So opinions are okay. To be judgmental is to live life to a very defined set of rules with effectively limited or no free will choices. To live in this manner means to limit one's potential and to live in a manner that reduces one's graceful possible actions. Very few people like to be judged, since to be judged is often to be measured by an outside set of rules. People only willingly accept judgment from others if we believe they support the same values we base our life upon. So let's reflect on that. Let's reflect on the ways that judgmentalness can be harmful, can be painful. Let's think of a moment where we have felt judged. For me, judgment feels like a line of questioning. For me, judged is even questioning myself in not so healthy ways. To me, being judgmental means that I'm beating up myself. I'm overly critical. I'm comparing myself and measuring myself to other standards. Being judgmental means that I am second guessing myself. And so if I flip that and I think about judgmental people, I understand that I learned how to judge myself based on how I have always been judged. And so I think for a large part of my life, the judgments prevented me from moving forward. Because the judgments, I took them as truth, and it paralyzed me. Being judgmental paralyzes. So as I reflect today, I'm thinking about how harmful judgmental people can be. And for me, I'm interchanging words like judgmental, overly critical, defeatist, questioning, interrogation, combativeness. All of the, for me, judgmental is not just, it's not just a fast and hard, like just judgment. It's a lot of toxic emotions that are married to judgment. For me, someone who is judgmental is someone who wishes that they could do the thing. So as I'm sitting here judging, let's say celebrities, I'm judging them for what I think they should be doing and how I think that they're not this, that, or the other thing. The truth is that I was judging them based on what I felt they didn't deserve and that I deserved, except they're out there doing the work. That's the truth of it, right? So when I think about those who have judged me, I can have some compassion because I can understand that they were trying to hold me to standards that they've held themselves at. So if they're judging me as being someone who is carefree and put her dream before even raising her child and calling me a bad mother, they were judging all the ways that I was being a bad Dominican woman, a bad mother, a bad parent, because they would never leave their child to chase a dream. If I had allowed myself to judge myself based on their beliefs of what I was and wasn't doing, I would not have been the writer or producer of a beautiful documentary film. I would not have started the New York City Latina Writers Group. I would not have finished my memoir, written in a month. I would not have facilitated countless workshops over the past, my goodness, 12 years. I would not have chosen to answer my call as a writer. If I allowed the judgments, the outside voices to tell me what I should and shouldn't do because, this is how they live their life, I wouldn't do shit, because the people who are judging certain people are playing it safe, afraid to take risks. I'm not judging. I'm responding. This is my opinion, right? I'm allowed to have opinions about judgmental people, and judgmental people suck. Judgmental people suck because they cause more harm than good. I'm speaking as someone who has been incredibly judgmental, and as someone who's probably judgmental today. I know that there is a tremendous amount of room for growth in that area. And so for me, today I'm thinking about how can I be someone who is not judgmental? I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at some of the responses to releasing judgment. This is a Taoism lesson. For those of you who don't know, Taoism is a spiritual belief and practice. I don't want to call it religion because I'm not sure that it is a religion. So this is what Taoism teaches. Not every question should have an answer. The simple truth is that people hold judgments to pre-answer how they should react to life. Many of these judgments were formed thousands of years ago by people in different situations and needs. Judgment is a tricky, sticky beast that will linger for countless generations in the form of prejudice. This is a book, I think. In Awakening Dragon Taoism, we hold each person's story as theirs to explore. We do not try to force another person to some ideal we hold for ourselves. If you hold the need to have answers before you even talk to another person, they will create conflict in the form of prejudice. I'm going to leave that there. Each person's story is theirs to explore. We should try not to force another person to some ideal we hold for ourselves. Period. So as I think about releasing judgment, I'm thinking about someone right now. I'm sorry. Someone that I owe a huge apology to for passing judgment on a decision, on a decision that was theirs to make, and that I had a lot of opinions about in the form of judgment. And so I'm definitely thinking about someone that I have offended, and we'll call as soon as I finish this diary. It's your story to write, it's your story to live, and it is absolutely their story as well. So as we're sitting here thinking about how we're watching people and we're saying, yo, they should do this, this, and this, it's not our business. Yeah, we can have opinions about things, but the truth is that no one needs our judgments about decisions that people are making, because we have to allow people to be who they are. Ooh, okay. With that, let's meditate. Some tea for myself this morning. Let's breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing comfortably. I want you to think about someone that you have been incredibly judgmental towards. Someone who you believe is doing all the wrong things. That if only they did this, this, and this, their life would be better. Who have we judged? You see the person, you know how you judge them. Now think about the ways that you have judged yourself. That you have you've held some horrible opinions and criticized yourself. What have you judged? Is it your process? Is it your practice? Is it that you don't finish what you start? Is it that you don't follow through? Is it that you say one thing one day and then you go back and you do another thing? What is it? What is the judgment? How can you release it? How can you set yourself free of judgment? When you're ready, and come out of meditation. I think for me, as I meditated, when I was thinking about how I could set myself free of judgment, it was thinking about the person that I have judged and knowing that I needed to call that person and give them my heartfelt apology and forgiving myself for not being perfect, because judgment, it forces you and encourages you to beat yourself up and criticize yourself, and it's defeatist. And so I'm not going to judge the fact that I judge. What I can do is acknowledge that I have judged and do better, and that's the most that we can do. And so with that, my dears, that is the end of our diary. I'm wishing you an amazing day, free of judgment towards others and yourself. And my intention today is to if you like what you hear, follow me on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, subscribe, comment, leave your love, email me, info.aliciaanabel@gmail.com if there's anything you want me to reflect on, if there's a subject you want me to talk about. And follow me on Instagram, Alicia La Santera and Afro Latina Show, and I'm Diosa Dominicana on Twitter and Tumblr. Have an amazing day. Peace out, family. Hasta mañana.